Are we doing this?
All right, how's it, everybody? My name is Matt Piney. I am the head of business over at Dimm City RPG. Just wanted to go over a couple things about how the progress is moving along, where we've been at and building and all that good stuff. So, real talk, life happened. We've had things in life. We've taken jobs. It's just been a real busy time for everybody, and we've still been building, meeting every Sunday religiously, and just been building this passionate project that is Dimm City RPG. But we just wanted to kind of go over again the status of where things are at as far as our delivery date. We were looking at June as a shipping date, and that has been postponed. We're looking now more like quarter 3, quarter 4, but we're going to move as fast as possible. But the most important thing for this team is that we do it right. And, it's really important to us that this is a book that people have on their shelves and pick off their shelves 10 years from now. It's a really important game for us and something that we just really love and want to put everything into it. We're building tools. We're doing all different kinds of things that can not only help us with this book that we're putting out in future books, but also for any of the community storytellers that we have, that we can build tools that will help them when they want to write and when they want to publish books. So, there's a lot of work behind the scenes. I just want to kind of go over some things. The team's here. Let's go around the table here. We can start with you, Todd, Scott, then Ian.
Word. What's up? Todd Ward here. Piney's in the business of giving us the business, and I'm here to make sure we got some stuff to, I don't know, keep our business in business. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, working hard on creating content for the book. The original draft of the book was basically from a game called Quest. And so that's a fantasy game, and we took a lot of the stuff and we're using it just to see how the mechanics worked. I kind of reskinned some things to kind of fit Creature Punk. So we got our Kickstarter together, got everything square, and we sold 120 copies of our book, which is absolutely awesome. I'm ecstatic over that. And so now we've gotten into internal edits where I'm taking that content that we use for playtest and I'm making it Dim City. So, like for example, the Og Market had a bunch of warrior-esque abilities, and so I've taken that entire specialty, and for each ability path that it's got, I've created a kind of very low-key cybernetic that gives them additional abilities, additional benefits for taking that path as well. So you got an Og Merc, now you got Ogs with them. It's built into the specialty and it's built into the path. So I think that's a really cool thing that I'm excited about. The next thing was the proxy, and the proxy was probably my least favorite based on what was going on in Quest. And so I spent a long time working that out to create something that's a little bit different than other clerics, other I guess paladins that are out there. Is that like whenever the proxy heals people, it also creates some sort of strategic benefit to the person getting healed or to the proxy themselves. Like you heal somebody and then the next person to hit that person that got healed takes damage. That's a very quick example of it. So basically, the proxy runs on, I think, three different pillars here. So one of those is like judgment. The they can use their own judgment of somebody who's doing evil, and they can turn that against them. A couple other things here. Weaponized will. They can bend reality. They can manifest things out of reality using their own internal power. And then also they can mind read. They can find out people's flaws and use those against them in combat or in RP. So there's a lot of different stuff that they can do that I think that the original proxy really, it was kind of loosey goosey. I've really keyed in uh, those points from the original version of this, and I made it super Dim City. Like there's very little of that left in the proxy itself. Next up, we had the Street Warden, which is the basic ranger out of Quest, and I've retooled almost all of that to really give something that can run the street. Number one, it can use the culture of Dim City to its advantage. It can track people down in Dim City. It can hunt Dim City like no other. So that's one of the big benefits of it. And then the last thing, which I'm currently working on now, is the Gutter Druid. And one thing that I really wanted to do with the Gutter Druid is for each of the ability paths that it has one thing that can shapeshift into that kind of reflects the city. So you've got, of course, the animal shapeshift where you can change into an animal, and kind of blend in, but also kind of legendary things that are known in Dim City, an urban legend or whatever. The gutter druids where those particular legends come from, and you can use that form. I think that's a really interesting thing. Really, I'm just really happy. Like the proxy was one of my least favorite, and after the rework, like that one's gold. Like I love that. I love that specialty now. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm working slow. I thought I would be finished, like a month ago on all this, but I'm getting into it, getting into the weeds of it, and creating things that I didn't even really think about whenever I was doing the first pass on the book.
I
So
think that's awesome. And so you have what? You have four more specialties after this,
yep,
correct? After the
yep,
Gutter
yep.
Druid?
Yeah, I
And
got cyber surgeon, got wire freak, techno sorcerer, and last up is the ether lock.
okay. So yeah, the big takeaway here, obviously you're putting a lot of heart and passion. You're wanting to make sure that this is exactly, I mean, as best that you want it, like that you
I'm
land in
making
a
sure it's
place where
not
you.
Quest.
Yeah,
I'm making sure that it's not Quest. I'm making sure that it's Dim City.
yeah, awesome. Well, you're doing great work, and I mean, you're
Trying.
constantly working on all of it. I mean, this guy is toiling away for sure. He's constantly working and is always got his head in Dim City. So we're lucky to have you with that. And
Right back at you, sweetheart.
thank you, bro. I'm trying. As much as we want it to be done as soon as possible, and it is, speed's important, but getting it done right is really the most important thing for
And
us.
that's all I'm concerned with.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's very important. Scott, you're introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on.
Hey, Scott. I'm the artist for this crazy game. Um, Steady working on art as Todd kind of fine tunes things. He passes it off to me and Ian. Ian gets together with me on formatting, and we can kind of figure out what additional art we're going to create for the book, where we're going to put it. So it's just kind of a conveyor belt at this point to fine tune this whole thing. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're just chipping away. Everybody's kind of doing their part, and eventually this thing's going to come together in a beautiful book for everybody. So yeah.
Awesome. Ian, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up? IT Lackey. So kind of similar to Todd's story, I've been working on the print cover for our print proof run, and taking way longer than I anticipated. Good news is I'm learning a lot from the experience. Definitely the first time I've ever had to, do a cover layout for a print book. So a couple lessons learned there that will come in handy for the next time. I do believe we will be submitting that probably this week. And I think it will be approved by the print shop this time. So
Let's hope.
Hopefully that will get into our hands here in the not too distant future. And then, obviously we'll learn some stuff about the print quality. We just wanted to do a test print so that we could see it ourselves, make sure that we're happy with the quality of the book and, the colors, the texture, all that good stuff. So hoping to get that into our hands sometime this month, maybe early next month, depending on when they can ship it to us. But that will tell us a lot. Like Scott had mentioned, we're working on doing page layouts and fine tuning the color palette and things like that. So this will come in very handy as we, take a look and can adjust and work on the final product.
Awesome. And just some things to note, we've also been building on the tech tools quite a bit. And there's a lot that's going to be there. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we're thinking about this as this is a learning experience for us to also be able to share with any of the community creators and storytellers. And going forward, we're going to know from this experience how we can be more efficient, how we can help anybody that wants to create, put things through, whether it's through Drive-Through RPG or anywhere else, and to be able to just help as much as possible there. So that's a big part of it. But yeah, we're all definitely learning quite a bit. The music's coming right along. I've been working on a lot of the music. We have some different artists also working on some different tracks currently for us. A gentleman named John who had worked on our Dimm City track that was on the Kickstarter page that a lot of people really liked, and he brings some metal that is sorely needed because I can make some different styles, but the metal stuff, yeah, we want some of that. So there's going to be all different kinds of styles, lots of loopable tracks and things that people can utilize, functional music, that maybe can be used for gameplay and whatnot. But there's a lot of different cool tools being built behind the scenes too that we'll get into more.
And John's another friend of ours too.
Yeah.
He played D&D with Ian like what was that, early 2000s or whatever. So he's family as well.
Yeah. And speaking of family, we can't go by this update without thanking everybody that comes through that Discord. If you haven't jumped in our Discord, please do so. We really are just as strong as the people that are trying to do this with us and playing the game. All the play testers, can't say enough about all of them. Everybody in the Discord that helps with any kind of input is humongous. It really helps.
And we're looking to get a regular game together too here coming up within the next couple months. So twice a month or whatever, playing on a Wednesday night in the States, I think, is what it'll be.
Nice. And if you haven't seen any of our playtesting, it's on our YouTube page. Check that out. But yeah, we just wanted to give a little video update, something a little more personal, get on here. We've been putting out updates, text on our Kickstarter and whatnot, and we put some things up and let people know things in our Discord. But we wanted to make sure and just get our faces on here and just let you know that we are working hard, and it's never changed. We're just building and building and building, and it's going to be beautiful end product when it's done, and we're excited about that. So awesome. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate all the support, and we will keep you updated on the progress. And thank you for your patience for helping us build something beautiful.
Big thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks all.